Habits impact everything you do, from the simple things like which shoe you put on first when you're getting ready in the morning, or which hand do you hold your phone in during a phone call, to the more important things like how much you weigh, how much money you have in your bank account, and the quality of your relationships. This isn't a new idea. We hear about the importance of habits all the time in books like The Power of Habit or Atomic Habits. We see them all over the internet in YouTube videos like Millionaire Habits and Health Habits. It's gotten to the point where we know that we need to take control of our habits, but we run into a problem so eloquently described by Warren Buffett, and that is that the chains of habit are too light to be felt until they are too heavy to be broken. So instead of throwing out every negative habit at once and taking on every positive habit from working out to waking up at 5 a.m., we need to tackle our habits one link at a time. We've all heard the story about the wise man who built his house on the rock and the foolish man who built his house on the sand. This is very important because habits work the same way. In life, anything we do, anything we build is only as firm as the foundation. You want to wake up early, eat healthy, work out, budget, and be clean, not to mention be personable and uplifting to those around you. There's so much that you can do and so much you need to work on, but you can't do it all at once. So the question is, how do we get started? Well, if you take anything from this video, let it be this. You have to start with the lead habits. Some common things that people might want to do, and maybe you yourself want to do, would be working out, working on a side hustle, and meditating. These are three big things that are talked about in self-help culture, but a lot of times it feels like we don't have time. And time would be the biggest reason that none of these things are accomplished. Lack of time. Because when we get off work, our friends want to hang out, they want to go see a movie, get dinner, go to the gym, whatever it may be. And then all of a sudden we're left feeling like we never made any progress. So you might be saying, I see where you're going here. Waking up early is the lead habit because no one calls you to hang out at 6 o'clock in the morning and you can have a definite time to make progress on your goals. And that's a good thought, but you actually have to go one step before that. So yes, if you wake up early, you'll have time to do those things uninterrupted. But what about going to bed? Because I don't know about you, but if you try to wake up early after a late night out, your bed is like singing a siren song trying to get you to stay, and you're trying to get up, but you can't, and eventually you fall victim to hitting that snooze button and going back to sleep. So to get up early, we need to make it easier on ourselves by setting the tone the night before. And to go to bed early, if we're not tired, we need to get our body in a state that means it's ready for bedtime. So this might be drinking some sleepy time tea. Maybe you read a few pages. Whatever it is, you want to trigger that it's time to go to bed so your body knows and can start toning down. And if you do this, then you can get up earlier. And when you get up earlier, then you can exercise, you can meditate, you can work on your side hustle. And maybe that exercise gives you more energy throughout the day. So now all of a sudden you're 10% more productive at work because your mind's working better because you exercised. And because you're doing better at work, you're in a better mood after work. So when it's time to hang out with your family, you're more positive and it increases the quality of your relationships with your family. All of this stuff happens because you go to bed earlier. This creates a domino effect because of the way that habits easily chain together using the cue habit reward system as so brilliantly described in Charles Duhigg's book, The Power of Habit. And the beautiful thing about dominoes is that one small domino can knock over a domino that is 150% the size of the first domino. That means if you started with a 2-inch domino in short 57 dominoes, you'd have one that could actually reach the moon. That's the power of the compounding and of the domino effect of habits. You might not see it with the first habit or the second habit or the third habit, but as you start to add more layers on, you see a bigger and bigger impact. And so we run into this issue where people want to start with a domino that's the size of the Empire State Building, but that's not how it works. If you want to see momentum in the fastest possible way, you need to start with the 2-inch domino. And that 2-inch domino is the lead habit that we so frequently miss. So if you want to start determining your lead habits, you need to sit down with a piece of paper and write out the habit that you want to accomplish, the one that is truly your goal. So maybe for you, it's to go to the gym every day and not miss. You need to work your way backwards. So the best time to go to the gym without interruptions is in the morning. And so that means you need to wake up early. And then if you want to wake up early, you need to go to bed early. I talked about this earlier, but you can do this in other areas as well. You'll see that a common theme among the ultra successful in the world is that they all started with this lead habit mentality, and they were able to isolate the most important thing and prioritize effectively. It's kind of like that quote that everyone attributes to Aristotle, but actually came from Will Durant. And that is, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. And that habit can be applied in health, fitness, relationships, business, you name it. And with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Peace.